I've been doing YouTube for 10 weeks now, and I've just discovered I've been making a big mistake. I'll tell you what I've been doing and how I fixed it. So what was happening? I made a mistake. A quiet and confident one. The kind that's completely invisible until someone shows you the data, and then you seriously cannot unsee it. I've been building an entire series around words that nobody searches for. So here's what happened. I started a little series called Diary of a YouTuber. I loved it. It felt like mine. It had a certain charm, I thought, a very Storm Dawn sort of title. The problem, as it turns out, is that charm and searchability are not the same thing. I mean, I knew that YouTube was a search engine as well as a video platform. Well, I knew it in theory. I just didn't think about what that actually meant for my titles. And let's face it, when you're 3 weeks in and still Googling how to make a short in under 10 hours, thinking about search algorithms is not exactly top of your list. So what does that actually mean in practice? Well, it means that if nobody types your title phrase into the search bar, YouTube cannot send anyone to your video. What? Yep. Your content is just basically sitting there, having its own private gourmet picnic in a quiet and chilly outlying corner of the internet, very politely of course, but getting no visitors. Alone. Storm Dawny, no mates. And why, oh why is this happening? Because the phrase Diary of a YouTuber has 0 monthly searches. Not low, oh no, 0. Which is beautifully humbling to behold, especially when you've spent several weeks lovingly crafting a series around it. So, here's the thing, and this is the part I want you to hear, especially if you're new and you're doing something similar. The content doesn't have to change, the voice doesn't have to change. You don't need to start sounding like someone else or pretending you're running a corporate YouTube channel. The title is just the front door. And that front door is sat right now on an iceberg floating on the sea. There are no routes, maps, or navigations leading to its brightness, its beauty and its content. No one is noticing it or is caught by its light and humour because there is no nearby traffic. Not for thousands of metaphorical miles either. So, is this drama fixable, you might ask? Can you plan a route to this outlying door? Well, no, not really. That isn't how the internet works, and it's certainly not how YouTube works. So is my happy little channel doomed to float on a polar iceberg, unseen until it dies? No, it's not. Because the solution is a title that people are already searching, and then your content becomes the reason they stay. So instead of calling it Diary of a YouTuber, episode number X, I can replace it with something like the new YouTuber mistake that's actually costing you views, for example. Because this is what people are searching for. And all the channels that mention those very words are right there in the centre of YouTube, where the traffic is jamming. They're typing variations of that into YouTube right now. So you don't move the traffic, you move your front door right smack in the middle of it all, is the theory. And to be fair, it does sound like a logical explanation. So from now on, my front door has been airlifted from its lonely spot on an aimlessly floating iceberg to the big city highway at rush hour. The door is now in a much better location. There are some genuinely useful starting points. Things like new YouTuber tips, how to grow on YouTube, beginner YouTuber mistakes. These are phrases people search for regularly. I should know, I'm one of them. Of course, you can still make the video feel completely your own. You just want the title to match what someone might actually type when they're having the same problem as you. Because that's really what search is, isn't it? Someone having a problem, typing it in, hoping that someone else has already been through it and survived. which is, come to think of it, exactly what we're doing here. So thankfully, realising this didn't feel discouraging. It actually felt a bit like a relief and an encouragement even, because it means the issue isn't the content or the voice. It isn't that there's something wrong with the videos. It's just the front door location, which can be moved. I still think there's a version of Diary of a YouTuber that works. I just need to find the searchable highway that leads to the front door. However, going forward, I'm going to be thinking about titles differently, not abandoning what I want to make. In fact, quite the contrary. Just making sure the title is actually doing its job. And as ever, I'll keep documenting that process here, including when I get it wrong, which is most of the time based on current evidence. So, if you're a new creator like me and you've been doing something similar, as in building a series or a channel around a title that felt right but maybe hasn't been checked against that actual search data, I'd love to know in the comments. Not in a, oh, look at our shared mistake kind of way, but in the, this is a real conversation and I genuinely love to have it kind of way. And if you're new here, hello and welcome. I'm so happy you found the front door somehow. Subscribe if the chaos and fun appeal to you. I'll see you in the next one.